Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. And this time I'm going to talk about the League's Cup 2025 final scores. Where today was the last day in the League's Cup 2025, where were played the last two games in the League's Cup. In the first game of the day, it was played. Sorry, the place game where the LA Galaxy defeated Orlando City 2-1, and with this victory, the LA Galaxy won the won the third place. And in the second game, that it was played 1 hour after the third place game finished. In the final, the Seattle Sounders didn't have any problem. They defeated accumulated the Inter Miami 3-0, and with this victory, the Seattle Sounders won the League Cup 2025 season and won its first title, its first League Cup title. Let's talk about a little more about each game. So let's start with the final. Seattle Sounders 3, Inter Miami 0. Remember that before this game in the semi-final, the Seattle Sounders didn't have any problem, defeated the LA Galaxy 2-0 to advance to its first final in this tournament. About the Inter Miami, they battled most that I expected, and they defeated Orlando City 3-1, where the game was close. In the first 70 minutes, the Inter Miami were trailing by 1 goal difference in the minus 17, but after that, Inter Miami scored 3 goals without answer, and they won the series and qualified to the final, to his second final in 3 years. About this game was played in the Seattle, Washington, in the Lumen Field stadium, in the Seattle Sounders home, because remember that the Seattle Sounders were the best team in the first one. They finished in the first play in the MLS table, and the Inter Miami finished in the second place. So for that reason, the game was played in the Seattle. About this game, the favorite was the Seattle Sounders, because they were the best team in all this tournament, and they were playing at home. But come on, when you play against Messi, you can never bet against Messi. So about this game, the Seattle Sounders dominated this game from the beginning to the end. The Seattle Sounders were the best team, and they deserved this victory. About this game, the Seattle Sounders dominated the first half, where I think that the Seattle Sounders should have been leading this game for minimum 2 goal difference in the halftime. They only were leading the game by 1 goal difference in the halftime, because the Seattle Sounders didn't have the confidence to score any goal. To be honest, Inter Miami played a very awful and bad game in the first half. In the second half, because the necessity to the Inter Miami to score a goal inside the game, they were a team more offense in the second half, and for that reason, the Seattle Sounders decided to defend and counterattack. About Inter Miami, I like how they play in the second half, where they play a very good football. And to be honest, the Inter Miami had 2 goal opportunities that could have changed the game, because they had two very great assists that the Luis Arias did, where one special that were the Lionel Messi, and another Inter Miami player had one-on-one against the goalkeeper. The two players missed the opportunity, and they couldn't tie the game. After that, in the last 20 minutes of the game, Inter Miami decided to attack more. They decided to put more offensive players, and decide and decide to offend more, and they let a lot of spaces, and for that reason, the Seattle Sounders had a lot of counterattacks in the last 20 minutes of the game. Seattle Sounders took advantage of that, and in the minute 84, the referee called a penalty. Alex Rondal scored the second goal, the MVP of the game, because he put the assist in the first goal, and in that moment the game was over. After that, with the 2-0, the game was over, because Inter Miami couldn't score the 2 goals to tie, because there was little time. And in the third goal, the Seattle Sounders scored the third goal in the minute 89, because the Inter Miami was over. They didn't have any motivation, because the game was over. The Paul Roadcore scored the third goal, and Seattle Sounders won the game 2-0. About this game, Seattle Sounders was the best team. The Inter Miami had two goal opportunities in the first minutes of the second half that could have changed the game. They couldn't score any goal, and in the end, the Seattle Sounders won the game easily. About this game, after the game, it was a little fight between the players, especially for the Inter Miami, where it looked like that they were very bad losers because they couldn't accept the result of the game. But to be honest, the Seattle Sounders were the best team and they deserved the victory. And something that happened in the game after the game, sorry, about this fight after the game is that it looked like that the Luis Suarez spitted against Seattle Saunders head coach, Seattle Saunders coaches. So let's see if the MLS is going to do something about that because it was a bad behavior. Sorry, and about the game that was played a few hours early about the earlier. The LA Galaxy defeated the Orlando City 2-1 in the tier game place. About this game, the LA Galaxy lost 2-0 against Seattle Sounders, and the Orlando City lost 3-1 against Inter Miami in the semifinals. So the game was played in the Dignity Field Center Stadium in Pasadena, California, because the LA Galaxy finished in a better position than the Orlando City in the phase one. About this game, I think this was a funny game where the LA Galaxy scored the first goal in the first minutes of the game in the minor night, and because they have the game, they have the advantage in the first minutes of the game, they decide to defend and counter attack, and for that reason the Orlando City was the team that needed to score a goal, and for that reason they dominate the game. They were attacking, they created a lot of goal opportunities, but they couldn't score any goal. And the half time, the LA Galaxy were leading the game 1-0. In the second half, it was the same strategy. LA Galaxy were defending and counter-attacking. Orlando City was the team that was more offensive, because they needed to tie the game. In the minus 60, the Orlando City tied the game. In that moment, I thought that Orlando City was going to score another goal, and they were going to come back and win the game, but not 7 minutes after the Orlando City equalizer. Jose Payne still scored the second goal for the LA Galaxy, and this was enough to win this game. With this victory, LA Galaxy won the third place, and they finished the participation. And so, how I told you, the champion team was the Seattle Sounders. They won its first League Cup title. Because this reason, the Seattle Sounders qualified to the 2026 Conca Champions round of 16. So this is great. And to be honest, in all the tournament, the Seattle Sounders were the best team because they finished as a best team in the MLS in the phase one, and the best team in both leagues because the Seattle Sounders won the 3 games. They were the only team that won the 3 games in the first one with 11 goals scored. Only 2 goal allowed and positive 9 goal difference. So in the phase one, unfortunately, in the first game they defeated and humiliated my favorite team, Cruz Azul, 7-0. Well, to be honest, 7-0. Sorry, to be honest, this was an accident because the Cruz Azul didn't play a very bad football, especially in the first half. What happened is that sometimes the Cruz Azul played this kind of games where sometimes everything is bad, and sometimes it's happened in the game like everything that the Seattle Sounders did in that game it was good. So the Seattle Sounders won this game, they deserved victory, and they won the game 7-0. In the second game, they battled a lot, and they defeated 2-1 the Santos Laguna, and they did the same in the last game in the phase one, 2-1 against the Xolos de Tijuana. In the quarterfinals, they battled more than I expected. They tied 0-0 against Puebla, but the good news is that they won the penalty shootout 4-3. In the semifinal, they didn't have any problem. They defeated 2-0 the LA Galaxy and won the series and qualified to the final. In the final, then they didn't have any problem and defeated the Inter Miami 3-0 and won the title. But to be honest, you can see here that the Seattle Sounders always played with advantage because they play the 6 out of the 7 5 out of the 7 games. Sorry, 5 out of the 6 games that they play in this tournament, they play in home because against the Cruz Azul, against the Santos Laguna, against Tijuana, against Puebla, against Inter Miami, they play in home. The only game that they play as away team was in the semifinal against the LA Galaxy, but they play in the West Coast in the Pasadena, California. About the Inter Miami, the semifinal, they play in Miami, and they traveled all the country. They cross all the country to play this game. Of course, it's no excuses, but you can see here the difference and the advantage they have the MLS team, because, for example, the Cruz Azul in the 3 games they traveled 2 times, and this is a disadvantage. Of in the end, this is the third edition that display the League's Cup. Remember that the first 3 teams have been the MLS team, and let's see if this tournament can be improved, so the Liga MX team can have an advantage. So I hope you have liked this video, and you have liked all the have liked all my comments and my opinion about what happened each day in the League Cup 2025. So the most probably is that I'm gonna to commenting about this tournament the next year. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comments or questions you can write me in another social media platform. So see you next video.